this is going to be about how to do a different type of scale. So when we did it in here and double clicked, we'll go back in real quick as a quick review. All right, so module properties, we got channels. So we got the first one is 0 to 150. The other one's still this 3277. You can also double click on there and just go to the one there. So you see we have 150, if that looks better for you. Let me move this down a little bit, make sure. So you can see that if we go to channel 1, right now we're still at these engineering units. So we can do this through the program, but first I'm going to have to create a tag for this one. And this one we're just going to measure, we're going to try to measure milliamps in 4.0 to 20.0. So edit tags, come down, and I'm just going to call it milliamps, all right. And I want it to be a real number. Okay, so another thing, okay, that's good. I'm going to go here just because I like this dialog better. So it's just going to be the name of milliamps. It's a base tag, real. It's in the controller, so I can have it anywhere I want. Float. So there you go. So we've got this tag made. Now we're going to go in main program. We're going to add a rung just to the bottom of our program. Leave your program the same. I will add normally open, and we'll just put it with power on. And now, how are we going to scale it in here? Well, we're going to use a compute function. Okay, the destination, I'm going to write milli, and there's my milliamps, and now I could write my program. All right, and so I need to write out a mathematical program equation of how this is going to be. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put some stuff in parentheses. So I'll start out with the parentheses right over. This thing is off center, so I move it so you can see. Put it in parentheses. You can browse tags, or you can create a new tag. So we could have created a new tag. We're going to browse tags. So what we're going to look for here, we're wanting to scale that input. And we're going to scale the input, channel, there, hit enter. So there, it is in there. And we have to, as scaling this, we're going to subtract the minimum value of our engineering units, which is 3277, put that in parentheses. So we get the value, subtract the 3277, now we've got a whole value. But we also got to take, as part of scaling, we got to multiply it by what is the value we're going to use. And so in this, we're going to use 20 milliamps as the high and 4 for the low. It comes up to 16, but I'm just making it long form. And then we're going to have to divide that whole number by the whole engineering unit, 16,383 as the high, and back to the 3277 for the low. So then we have a value, but we want it to be 4 to 20, so we got to put in the 4 to give it that offset. Okay, so it should just click out of it. It'll put it there. We can double check, verify. 0 errors. Make sure you always verify. If you're unsure about what you're doing and you try to download it, you may not know, but double check your verification. And let's go see if we can go online and see what happens. We'll go into monitor. We'll see if we get a signal. If we change that 1 to make it look like it's 4 to 20. So we're going to take this expression and we're going to put it in milliamps. We're not creating an alias like I did the last time. So we go to controller tags, and we go to monitor tags. So there we have, now we have a decimal value. So we have a decimal value, and we've got a long decimal value. So we might be able to change that. This is floating point. I can look into that. But at least now we have a value that we're showing that we're getting in 19. There's 4 milliamps, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if we was wanting the raw value of 4 to 20, you can use this compute function. We could also figure out that scale for any other value. So, 4 to 20, if we had another sensor that was reading temperature and maybe it was minus 32 degrees or, up to 60 degrees, you could use this compute function to scale to a value that you can actually understand in your program.